I'd like to call a city council meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Alderwoman Ames. Alderman Catalano.
Here.
Alderman Currielli.
Here.
Alderman Jacob.
Here.
Alderman Messina. Alderman Sismarski.
Here.
Alderman Woods.
Here.
And Mayor, please.
Here. I declare a quorum present. Please stand and join Pledge of Allegiance. All right, need a motion to approve the minutes of December 22nd, 2022.
Second.
Peter. Dogs. All in, comments, questions, corrections? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Next, do any citizens wish to be heard on matters not listed on the agenda? Mr. Bond?
Thank you very much, and just so the place doesn't go to the dogs, there are rules for public comment. As a reminder, public comment is limited to 3 minutes per person. Public comment is an opportunity for the public to share their comments. The city council does not respond to questions in public comment. Public comment must be directed to the mayor and not any individual alderman or other member of the public. Council, again, does not respond to public comment. The public comment must be kept civil. Anyone who violates the rules or disrupts the meeting will be asked to be removed from the council chambers. Except the dogs, I guess they get a hall pass on that.
Okay, anybody wish to address the council? Go ahead.
Before I get started, I want to present my best wishes to Mr. Messina and his family. I understand that he's at a wake tonight, and I would like to make sure that he gets my best wishes for him and his family. Honorable Wooddale elected officials and neighbors, citizens of the city of Wooddale, it is with heavy heart that I appear before you today to discuss an intentional action taken by the mayor and certain members of the electoral board to have my name stricken from the April 4th, 2023 consolidated ballot. This move was a calculated move by the mayor to protect himself from having to answer for the public for any deficiencies in his administration. My first question for you to ponder and entertain is this: why did he take such an action? Although it is the right of any candidate to challenge other candidates' petitions, it is really a challenge to the citizens of Wooddale's right to seek another person's input and leadership of the city by challenging a petition. The challenger is saying, I don't believe the citizens who signed the petition are worthy of selecting the future leadership of the city of Wooddale. And in this instance, most of the challenge signatures were of our over 40 population, denying our mature citizens the right of choice. Now, what types of things could come out of an election with 2 or more candidates? New ideas for guiding the city forward, and information that relates to how the city is operating at the current time. More of this information leads to the fact that maybe this is a failed administration and should be replaced or encouraged or improved through competitive ideas from candidates from all offices. This does not mean that you're asking them to leave, it's just that you're going to give new ideas. Dwight D. Eisenhower stated in 1949 that the future of the republic is in the hands of the American voter. When elected officials take actions to decrease the citizens' ability to choose its leaders, the republic, or in this instance, the city's future, is in danger. Thomas Jefferson in 1788 said, whenever the people are well informed, they can be trusted with their own government, that whenever things go so far as wrong that to attract their notice, they may be relied upon to set that straight. However, in this instance, the mayor is trying to keep the citizens in Wooddale in the dark, to keep them uninformed so he may continue to hold office unchallenged. The mayor is thereby unofficially decreeing but decreeing by effect that the citizens of Wooddale must be loyal to his administration because through his actions they have no alternative choice. U.S. Senator Hugo Black said, "Loyalty must arise spontaneously from the hearts of people who love their country and respect their government. By having to face a challenger, a politician or office holder respects the will of the people. As Jane Addams said in 1903, if the meanest man in the republic is deprived of his rights, then every man in the republic is deprived of his rights. By depriving me of my right to be on the ballot, the mayor has deprived the citizenry of Wooddale their right to an informed populace and to make their own choices for the future of Wooddale. I believe the citizens of Wooddale would agree with the sentiments of George H.W. Bush, the 41st President of the United States, who said, "If you have a plan, we want to hear it. Tell your community leaders, your local leaders, your governor, and your team in Washington, believe me, your ideas count. An individual can make a difference." In asking the mayor yesterday to withdraw his challenge to the signatures of Wooddale residents, more than a third of those who were signed were challenged. I asked for a civil and reasonable approach to allowing the citizens of Wooddale to make their choice. My civility was met with utter disdain and a refusal to allow my name to be placed on the ballot. Civility. In George W. Bush's 2001 inaugural speech, he stated, "Civility is not a tactic or a sentiment. It is the determined choice of trust over cynicism, or community over chaos. Our current mayor has chosen cynicism over trust and chaos over community. He must be replaced because, as Jimmy Carter said, the experience of democracy is like the experience of life itself, always changing, infinite in its variety, sometimes turbulent, and all the more valuable for having been tested in adversity. Rather than being tested in an election, Mayor Poulos has chosen the coward's way out. He has not risen to the challenge
you, Mr.
and proven
Boyd.
himself
That-
a true leader, but
we
rather,
We gave you an extra couple minutes. Thank you
there
very
is an
much.
old Irish saying, anything that keeps a politician humble is healthy for democracy.
Okay.
If the power of the people, if there is a higher law, then there will, and by continuing their votes, that will be will turn.
Mr. Boyd, there's a Mr. Boyd, there's a 3-minute limit on public comment, which you've exceeded by double the amount of time.
Then that power is corrupt and the deprivation of the citizen's right to be informed and make decisions. Where every man is particular, because every man is participating in the government affairs, not merely at an election day, he will let the heart be torn out of his body sooner than have power wrested from him. Because I firmly believe in the power of an informed citizenry and their right to make their own choices, I shall challenge the mayor and his actions to deny the good citizens of Wooddale their right and knowledge necessary to make an informed decision. I shall file an appeal to mayor's petition that remove my name, and I shall become an unimpeachable write-in candidate. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Any other residents wish to address the council this evening? Okay. I have no written communique under mayor's report. Just one quick item. We wish Alderman Messina and his family, we're sorry for their loss, and we just take a moment of silence for him and his family. Okay, next. A proclamation in recognition of Wooddale Police Canine Bane. Okay. Proclamation in recognition of Wooddale Police Canine Bane. Whereas Bain has devoted his time to serving the city of Wooddale from August 2015 to January 5th, 2023. Whereas Bain has earned, we got a few more, okay. Well, go ahead, let them come in, and I'll finish up.
Yeah. Bigger than you. Sit. Stay.
All right, whereas Bain has earned his designation from International Scent Solutions as a certified narcotics indication, article searches, suspect tracking, and handler protection. And whereas Bain has given uncompromising dedication to his canine handler, Sergeant Evan Grant, number 7, which has allowed them to create a strong partnership that has proven to be valuable asset to the Wooddale Police Department. And whereas Bain is responsible for the successful removal of narcotics from our neighborhood that have a street value of over $973,324,422, and the lawful seizure of over $1 million of United States currency. Whereas Bain has represented the Wooddale Police Department and participated in countless school presentations and community events. And whereas due to Bain's age and work, he has developed physical obstacles, making it difficult for him to meet the demands of a police canine. And whereas the city manager, mayor, city council, and the city of Wooddale desire to express Sergeant Grant and Bain their gratitude for their dedicated service to the city. Now therefore, I, Mayor Annunziata Police, recognize the service and retirement of Wooddale Police Department Canine Bain on January 5th, 2023. Thank you. Chief, did you want to say a couple words?
Yeah. We are before you this evening to congratulate Canine Bain on his retirement and recognize Canine Bain and his handler, Sergeant Evan Grant, for their 7 years of dedicated service to the community. This evening we have several of Bain's friends from the South Central Suburban Canine Training Group in attendance, here to support him and Sergeant Grant. Bain is a Belgian Malinois who began his law enforcement career with the Wooddale Police Department in 2015 when he was just 17 months old. Bain was purchased and trained by International Scent Solutions and is certified in narcotics indication, article searches, suspect tracking, and handler protection. Bain and Sergeant Grant trained together for 8 weeks prior to Bain beginning his law enforcement career with the city of Wooddale. During his career, Canine Bain was deployed over 560 times throughout DuPage County and the Chicagoland area. Bain was a member of the DuPage Fiat Canine Group, which is now the DuPage Merit Canine Group, and responded to dozens of high-profile cases throughout DuPage County during his career. Canine Bain assisted in the location and seizure in over $973 million worth of narcotics and $1 million in cash, as well as numerous suspects and evidence. Canine Bain also participated in countless school presentations, community events throughout his career. Please join us in congratulating Canine Bain on his retirement. Bain will be turning 9 years old in March. We hope he continues to live a long and healthy life. As is customary, you'll see an ordinance tonight that permits the sale of Bain to his handler, Sergeant Evan Grant, for $1. This will allow him to live out the rest of his life in the home of his handler, Sergeant Evan Grant. Sandra Porch, the city treasurer, volunteered $1 to pay for Bain. So, Evan, we'd like to present you and Bain with this plaque for your dedicated service.
Thank you.
Thank you. Look at Joe. guys have somebody that wanted to speak from the group?
No, if you have nothing prepared, I'll
Okay, all right. Turn it over to you.
I understand there's not a whole lot on the docket tonight, so I won't take up a whole lot of your time, but I did want to take this time to echo the sentiments of a dairying handler who's not here. So the hardest part isn't the beginning, when you're frustrated and the dog won't sit and you have no idea what you're doing. The hardest part is at the end, when you know exactly what to do and you just can't do it. So with that, I want to thank a few people, and hopefully in chronological order. I want to thank the city and any anonymous donors who allowed this program to happen. I want to thank Greg Vesta, Bill Freeze, Ryan O'Neill for choosing me as the handler, Kenny Reese, wherever he may be in the world, and Mark Cassidy, and every member of the Canine Training Group for their role in helping train Bane and I over the years. I want to thank every DUMEG agent, DEA agent, HSI, postal inspector, TAC officer, and the aggressive patrol officers with the Wooddale Police Department and the Detective Division that contributed to Bane's 570 deployments over his career. I want to thank Pet Supplies Plus for their continuous support of the Wooddale Canine Program, Partners in Paws for their extensive medical care, and most importantly, I want to thank my wife, Evelyn, for being the one that Bane runs to when he doesn't feel good, and being understanding and flexible when I climb into bed at 3 in the morning just to climb back out of bed at 4 in the morning for a search warrant, or having to leave in the middle of dinner to track a bank robber. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it.
If you guys want to go down to the lobby, you guys can get photos in either the lobby or the community room. If you just have Joe get one of the big group. Sure. So I'm gonna just shake the council's hand on the way out.
Take it easy.
If you guys want to follow me, you guys out there.
Okay, next, city manager's report.
Thank you. One item tonight, just a quick post-holiday message. Holiday tree pickup coincides with regular garbage collection days, which would be January 9th and 10th. Trees collected will be composted appropriately. We ask that residents please remove all decorations, garlands, and lights. The city also encourages residents to recycle older, broken, or unwanted holiday lights, and those holiday lights could be dropped off at the south entrance of Public Works at 720 North Central, now until January 27th. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. No consent agenda, committee chairman reports, planning and zoning, Alderman Woods.
No report, Mayor.
Thank you. Public health and safety, Alderman Sismarski.
I have one, Mayor. I have an ordinance for the city of Wooddale, Beach County, Illinois, authorizing the sale of the Wooddale Police Department K-9, commonly known as Bane, to his handler, Sergeant Evan Grant, for the amount of $1. That is my motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Alderman Catalano?
Yes.
Alderman Currielli?
Yes.
Alderman Jacob?
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
And that passes. Next, Public Works Committee, Alderman Alderman Currielli.
I have no report, Mayor.
Thank you. Finance and Administration, Alderman Catalano.
No report, Mayor.
Okay, nothing under other business. Approval of list of bills, Alderman Catalano.
Yes, I have one, and to
Entertain a motion to approve the list of bills for January 5th, 2023 for $1,351,466.29. That is my motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Question? Alderman Catalano.
Yeah, Director Lang, I have one on page 19 on the H&H Electrical Company on the street lights. My question is this the payment that they just installed the street lights on the streets on Gilbert and Irvin?
I don't believe
Alderman
this is for
Mr. Langley.
that project just yet. This is for some other work that they perform for the city.
Okay, so that's not that project then?
Correct.
Okay.
Go ahead, another one?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
and this is directed to, I guess, the city manager in reference to Canadian Pacific, Kansas City for that $12,392 that we paid the village of Itasca. Could you have it give us an explanation to the residents?
Mr. Murmas.
Sure. For those residents that haven't heard, there is a Class 1 railroad merger proposed to happen. The city of Wooddale has joined with our neighbors along the Milwaukee District West line to oppose that consolidation of the lines. And the village of Itasca was kind enough to kind of be the repository of all the accounting information. So this is one of the invoices for those services. The decision has not been made, and we will continue to voice our displeasure, to put it nicely.
Thank you.
Alderman Jacob, you were next.
Yeah, this is for Mr. Wilson. When we, and it's not on a particular bill, but when we took over BMO, the P cards, weren't they supposed to give us like some type of credit every year, or don't we gain some points or something? And what have we, I mean, what's happened with that?
Mr. Wilson.
Sure, thank you, Mr. Mayor. So when we signed up, there was a points component to it, but there was also a different option, which was gonna provide for free cards. So we wouldn't have to pay a monthly fee to have the program. At some point, there was, I guess, basically a break-even point, where it made sense to either do the points, which would then help pay for the cards, or get the cards at no cost if the points weren't gonna really work out. So as it shook out over time, we're a little bit below that break-even point, so we've gone with the program for free option versus the points, which would not have covered the cost of the program, so we then would have had to have paid some for the program. So it made more financial sense to go with option A versus option B, basically, in the long run. We do evaluate that on a regular basis, but the last couple of years, that's kind of how that's worked out.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woodson.
Yes.
And that passes. No executive session, no items to be referred. I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.